Hey guys, how's it going? In case you're new to the channel, my name's Ish, and you're watching Fishing with Ish. And I'm sure if you guys own a kayak like I do, or do as much fishing with your kayak as I do, you're probably going to run into this issue like I have. So, from dragging my kayak, oftentimes I'm by myself, and when I'm dragging my kayak to spots, like I don't go to the normal places where there's boat ramps and stuff. Like I go like crazy places where nobody goes. So I end up dragging my kayak by myself. And what ends up happening is, from dragging it on rocks and stuff, you end up getting holes. And this doesn't look exactly like it did when the hole was in there. The hole was actually small. It was kind of like a crack. It looks like this from me cleaning up. And I'm going to show you guys how I fixed this problem, this hole in this kayak. And some of the things I used to do this. First of all, you have to know what your kayak is made out of. I don't know entirely how to know that other than the title you get with your kayak. And if you look at this, it says right here, the material it's made out of is polyethylene. So in order for you to get polyethylene, I'm sure you can order different types of material to fix your kayak, but one of the easiest things you have, I'm sure, in your house is a bucket. And all you have to look for is this little symbol right here. It says HDPE, that's high density polyethylene. It always has that number 2 recycle symbol. And today I'm going to be using this bucket because it's already a little beat up. But some of the tools I use tin snips to cut the bucket. I use a drill with a wire brush on it to clean it, and that's why that hole looks like that. It's already pretty much been cleaned. And I went to Harbor Freight and got a plastic welder. It's basically just like a soldering iron with different tips you could have, and that's what's used to melt the plastic onto the kayak. And that's about it. That's really all you need, and a little bit of time. I'm sure this will probably take me about 20-30 minutes, and yeah, we'll get started and I'll show you how I fix it. Alright, so I'm gonna get started. Basically, I've already cleaned this once, but I'll show you guys what I was doing. You have all these scratches, all this dirt in it, and what you want to do is just kind of clean it off. And just get all that dirt off there and get it nice and clean. And then, what I like to do is I'm just going to take this bucket. I'm just going to cut or break, because this bucket's kind of old. Just take this bucket, may not actually work because it's so brittle and old. This thing's probably been in the sun. If not, there's tons of other plastic things you can use. What I'd like to do usually is kind of like cut this into strips. Kinda. Just anything small and longer. Start with that and see how that goes. Plug this thing in, let it sit for a minute and warm up. This hole is actually kind of big and it's getting kind of thin there. So I'm gonna, after I get this filled in and get this sealed, I'm probably gonna get a better bucket and get a strip and plastic weld it on as just an added protection to drag on just this, and probably keep it off of this area. I really hope you guys were recording all that. Well, like everything I do, messed up again. I apparently didn't hit record on my GoPro, which I do very often, which is probably the reason why you guys don't get videos half the time, is because everything I do is like this. So this is what it looked like after I got done patching it with everything, and it's solid. Yeah, I poked holes in it, but you know, it's plastic. So here's what I'm gonna do, since you guys didn't get to see me patch this at all, not only because I'm upset with the GoPro and myself and everything, but you guys need to see how I fix this. So I'm gonna drill a hole in it. Now we gotta fix another hole. Alright, so here we go again. Last one was going to be a time lapse. This one, I'm just going to talk you through what I'm doing. So, I've got a large hole in there. And now the sun is on there, and I don't know what this is going to look like. Is it bleached out? Yeah, it's bleached out. So, the sun came through by the time I did this, so now I got to change everything around. I don't know if everybody really understands the work that goes into making a YouTube video. I got burnt plastic because I let this thing sit there. Everything I do fails, I swear. So, you want to heat up the area, right? In this case, since I just popped a hole in this and I had it nice and thick and everything, I'm just going to start smearing some around. Start adding some. Now I gotta open the garage door again. And another thing you guys missed is I burnt my finger. So wear gloves. Don't be an idiot like me. So this still work with any hole, any kind of issue you have with your kayak. You just basically start by working off something thick on the edge and just getting material in there. It ain't gonna be as pretty as it was the first time, but that's okay. And just work your way around. That's how I burnt myself last time, flipping that piece up over my thumb. Fucking smoke follows you everywhere you go. You guys ever have that issue? You know, if you're in a burn pit or something, or burning garbage, or just having a fire, and you're standing up next to it, and no matter which way you go, the smoke follows you and goes right in your face. Drives me insane. So she's getting kind of hot because I guess got one center hole. I'm just gonna blow, cool it down. You don't want it to get too hot because it'll just keep falling in. There we go. So, like I was already showing you guys once before I realized that I didn't have the GoPro on, I'm cutting just an extra little piece of material to go on here. It has a little, like a skid plate kind of thing. Just gonna square it up, make it look half decent. These 10 snips work great for this. What do we think? Yeah, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try to see what happens. Ugh. See if it works out. I don't think it'll hurt. Warm this up a little bit. And this is all experimental, but we're gonna see if this will help keep the kayak alive a little longer. I'm holding this down against the kayak. And while it's hot, you don't want to let go because it'll just come apart again. Ah, hit my finger. Oh, I hit my finger again. Holy God. Ah, it's because I got plastic on it. All right, let's be smarter about this. Go like this. And you probably could do this as preventative maintenance when you buy a kayak if you wanted to. Just to add something a little extra to where you know you're going to be dragging it. Yeah, a little bit of Home Depot on my kayak now. Wonder if they'll sponsor me. Alright, I think we successfully added some height to her. So that's how I patch my kayak, and add a little bit of reinforcement, a little bit of extra wear pad to it, and hopefully it'll last a while before I have to do this again. And there's no reason to throw out a kayak just because it has a little hole or even a crack. You can fix that. $17 plastic welder from Harbor Freight, and about a half hour time, an hour if you do it wrong, you forget to record and have to do it again. But you know, 20-30 minutes you can fix a kayak. And some of these kayaks can cost upwards of like $1,200, or even really upward of like $2,500. So if you get a hole in a $2,500 kayak, you need to patch it. There's no way you're just gonna go buy another. Well, I mean, there's people out there do. But anyways, I'm rambling. That's about enough. Hopefully you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.